Oh, I opened one Harmony. If you have TRX open on your side, just go ahead.
Okay. So first off, first thing I do when charting, immediately draw a Fibonacci retracement. Fibonacci retracement gives you a good idea of hidden support and resistance levels. We're above the 618. Very good to see here. 618 is typically where things like the retrace to and find the support. So if we can hold a line here at 7 cents, that's a good sign. As well, looking at the daily, the 200 exponential moving average is right below us, and we're currently holding it as support. So bottom line here is if we start to get this daily candle close at above 7.3 cents, very good sign. We're starting to see some signs of stabilizing. We're seeing that higher low. So again, ultimately, what we want to see, if we want this to go up, we need to see confirmation of bullish trend reversal, meaning we need to break past resistance, fall back down, solidify it as support, and then have that pattern repeat and repeat. And the more times we get confirmation of bullish divergence, the more confident we could be that the price is reversing from bearish to bullish. And one of the major factors we need to look out for is, of course, Bitcoin. If Bitcoin decides a swan dive into nothingness, TRX probably going to follow suit.
Yeah, no, 100%. And the biggest thing, I agree. Definitely on the daily here, we're looking at the 200 EMA closer to the 72, 7.2 cent region. Looks like we are sandwiched between these two. And look, forget about all these lines we have drawn. Forget about all of that. Let's just take off the drawings and just have those indicators. You'll see how here on the daily we're looking at it. Every time we have a pump, we get away from those EMAs. This yellow one is the 55 EMA. It looks like it's the first stop that Tron likes to sit at. And as soon as we come back down, as soon as we create that distance between it, come back down and touch it for a bit until we meet it again, continue to move upwards. Again, create a lot of distance, come back straight to it. Again, come back straight to it here. See a lot of accumulation happen, a lot of wicks to the bottom every time we get close to the 55 EMA. And as soon as we drop below it, we dropped heavy. 200 EMA was definitely one of the ones that was supporting, and now we're sandwiched between the 9.3 cent and the 7.2 cent region. Now we're going to be sandwiched for sure. We know exactly those levels, but then again, back again, we'll show the drawings just to see what the market has been excited about in terms of Tron, where the buy power is. You see those kind of triangles, guys, all across the market, all across. It's everywhere on the charts. Almost every altcoin had this major triangle happen where you have a slanted area where buyers are coming in more aggressive. You can see here that even if we go to lower time frames, maybe the 4 hour, you'll see here this data point, connect them together, project it. You'll see how we reacted again to this line again. When we dropped, reacted the same line again, made a lower high, reacted the same line again. As soon as we drop below, we continue to move downward. So what I'm saying here is for Tron, I think what was supposed to happen if Bitcoin wasn't really having a bit of a bad, couple of months or months and a half, for Tron was supposed to continue to go back above here, form this typical triangle we take a look at. We see all across the charts, and as soon as we get to something like this, you'll also see the same thing that a lot of the market would be looking or be excited towards a breakout. At the end of this, we're uptrending into this triangle, and somewhere closer to the mid 20 cent is where the whole market could be looking at. So in terms of potential, in terms of what Tron could be actually giving us in terms of returns, and if Bitcoin actually continues to go back up, obviously we have this first resistance close to this line. So depending how this time frame develops, somewhere close to the 11, maybe 10 cent region, as soon as we break back into this pattern, we know where that resistance is going to be at. As soon as buyers get squeezed up and we break above this line over here, then we can aim for those. But right now, for the short time frame, just like Brendan was saying, we did have a bit of a breakout. We definitely need to hold the 7.2 cent region. But as soon as we hold that, then I think it's pretty good for Trump, man. I think there's some good return of investment, I guess, even on the short term, if Bitcoin actually does good.
Sure. And look, I think, Tron might be interesting as a trade. But personally, I'm not super knowledgeable when it comes to the deep fundamentals of Tron. But from what I do know, I don't really like it. Tron has been marketed as an Ethereum killer. They kind of do some very, I don't want to say shady marketing tactics, but they're like buying influencers that know nothing about crypto to shill it. It just screams to me as a project that's trying to buy its growth, not necessarily, and its success is not due to its use case or fundamentals, more so due to hype and marketing tactics. I don't like Tron. I wouldn't put my money in Tron. Of course, not financial advice. As a trade, it might be interesting, and it might even go on to make people money. I could very well be wrong about Tron. Tron does have cheap fees, so there are things to like about Tron. But with so many options in the market, there's no need, in my opinion, to to put your something to put your money into something that has dubious fundamentals in a dubious future when there's so many good options like Solana, Binance. I mean, we can mention endless options out there, Cardano. So yeah, those are my thoughts with Tron. I personally just don't like the fundamentals.
Yeah,
So
I don't really know
that's
much
it.
about Tron either, so I can't really comment. But in terms of price action, these are the levels we're really taking a look at. In terms of fundamentals, just like we're saying here, we have no clue what it is. I don't know. I haven't really dug deep into it fully to have a bit of a strong opinion. But that's it, man. What's next? What do we got here?
Well,